Hey, what's going on, everyone? Wanted to do a mining stock review since the market's not open today. Get things rolling. I got this set on volume. So cream of the crop is at the top. I got a 5-day chart. I got a daily chart. I got a 5-hour chart, and a weekly chart, and a monthly. So, and again, I got the 34 SMA. I've got the 13, the 8 as usual. I think one of these I've changed just a tiny bit, which I can just change that back. These are the T3s, my support and resistance lines. Let's see, which one is this? Okay. Alright, looks like we're all set. Everything's the same. I added this, I've been researching Williams %R for oversold, overbought situations. You know, like an RSI would or anything like that. Indicators are, to me, practically the same. It's like a rubber band being pulled apart from the median line, pulling it apart, and then price always has to come back to equilibrium. So to me, that's what indicators are. They're not all the same, but they operate in that same fashion. It measures the elasticity of the price. So when the rubber band is stretched way back, you've got a oversold situation and a overbought situation. Right now, GDX. The weekly close, we popped over the EMA 8 and it came back into support on Friday. Don't worry about this candle here, it's because the market's not open, it's confused. So they're both the same candles, just look at it as one on the daily chart. I think that's because the market's not open. I see support down here at the gap. On the 5-hour chart, you can see the pop over and the come back into support. You can see that like U, making a U here. I could definitely come back into support a little bit more. I got this gap that is the ultimate support. So we'll keep an eye, but the cross across, the price crossing the 34, the quicker that U comes across on the bullish retracement, the bigger the move. So something to take care of, take witness. Sometimes this price doesn't come all the way back down into support. Sometimes it makes a fast U and just bolts. Very explosive. Watch those U's off the crossing. What looks like we're coming into a bottom. GDX, JNUG, GDXJ, they're all doing practically the same thing. We got a left shoulder, we've got a head, and then now we're working on a right shoulder right now. That right shoulder's coming in on a U, very sharp and quick. Got a huge amount of volume on the last part of the day on Friday. So a lot of traders are saying the same thing, I think. We'll see what happens. The weekly chart, again, came across the EMA 8, came back into support. Buy into support, sell into resistance. I got resistance on this at 23 previous lows. But the thing is, this thing's making a bottom, and I don't think that that first line of resistance is going to mean much. Coming back into the 34, its natural course on a longer term chart, I see that more of a probability. So I get a $5 move on this if we can get above previous highs. And for now, that U on the GDX needs to be sharper, needs to break previous highs. We need to get above previous highs. And then 21.50, breaking previous highs, looks pretty golden from there, because once it breaks above that line, you use these previous highs as your support. Let's keep it going. Nugget. You can see the pop across on the daily coming back into support. Beautiful. It's a throwback. You got that sharp U on the 5-hour. Hopefully it doesn't come all the way back in, but it certainly can, because we got support lines all the way down. You can see on the 5-day chart, broke into previous lows, broke into previous lows, came all the way back down. We got higher lows throughout. We've got an inverted hammer opening. For tomorrow. It's a 5-day chart, but look for anything above that. Look for anything above. I mean, we got support. We got a double bottom here as support. Popped, came all the way back in, closed above our double bottom. So that's your support. Keep that line of support. Again, on a daily though, it could come all the way back down into support. So watch for that. But gaps are support and resistance lines, heavy ones. And it's already filled that gap. But nice bullish retracement after the pop. Keep watch on that. I think we got a trend change coming. Starting on the 5-hour, it carried through the daily, and now we got a reversal bar on the 5-day. The weekly, coming out of an older oversold situation, and it looks healthy. You got resistance. Wait. In and around 11. The monthly chart needs a lot of work. Let's make sure this next month we break above previous highs. Which the looks of this, I think it's not going to be a problem. I mean, that's a very bullish retracement consolidation. That's accumulation right there on a high, on the high factor. Keep her going. We got some marijuana stocks. Behaved very nicely on this one. Previous high break. Lots of volume on the churn. Previous high break. Look for resistance, but it's following that wick all the way up. You got resistance at previous highs, but might need to gather its legs. But the monthly chart looks awesome. I mean, very bullish across that 34. All the way came across the 34, came all the way back into support. Now it's the 1-2 punch on this one. Very nice. JNUG, like I said, I bought this on Friday. I was a little bit early, but I got support at that ultimate line of support at the gap. I got resistance at the EMA 8. 680 or so. So look for that, but also that U. This one came all the way back into support on the 5-hour. And that gap is correlating with the EMA 8. So it could come down a little bit. Down into the 540 range. I got previous lows. Anything above that point, use it as support. Breaking in the previous lows, use it as support. Watch that flat top break coming in on this bad boy. It already broke downward trend on the short term. Let's see, how do I get rid of this crap? There we go. So, JNUG into support, buy into support, buy into support, sell into resistance. GDXJ, same. We got coming into resistance. We got the left head. Let's see if we can make a right shoulder. Nice U coming across that 34. It's accumulating. Someone's accumulating it. The weekly chart, we got that island bottom. And it's coming out of a oversold situation. Nice bounce on the monthly, blah, blah, blah. Another hemp stock. Look at that move across the 34 on a daily. I mean, 1, 2, pop. Look at previous high breaks on this. Previous high breaks, set your alerts, set a course of action. I like setting mine to when asking price is hitting that line instead of the price. Really nice. Look for previous high breaks on this. I mean, it looks healthy for a run. And as always, look for that bullish retracement off of that 34. That's my favorite move. It's the highest probability move that I know of. You can do a lot of day trading moves. There's a lot of setups and stuff. But this, to me, is just the easiest way to make $1. The moves across the 34, after you get used to it, are predictable and not exact. Nothing is always perfect, but you can see even on the indicator the bullish retracement, and then the break of the previous high. So this hemp, I mean, it's ready to move. And you can see on the monthly it's coming from a bottom. So pretty nice indeed. Let's keep moving. Look at the bullish retracement. Nice hammer. Watching AUY. Yamana. I would say Yamaha. So you can see, nice hammer. Look for previous high breaks. Look for 3 o'clock high. I mean, that's a pretty emotional spot on the chart. Look for oversold situation, blah, blah, blah. But on the weekly chart, it's coming from that bottom. You can see the oversold situation. It's coming across. And on this Williams R percentage, those crosses are pretty legit. So far, so good. It's just a test run, but I like what I see. You always need an overbought and oversold situation, but my main indicator is that OBV with a 20 moving average over the top of it. So this looks like a runner. Look at the bullish retracement on the daily. Look at the rejection and the comeback into support. You can see that, right? Came into previous lows, now we got support. Came back into support. And it's that gap too. There's a little tiny gap right there. It came into the gap and bounced. So AUY looks good. Let's keep going. Looks like you get a double bottom on the 5-day chart. You got a bullish retracement on the daily. Not a perfect U yet. Look for this to come back down into support. Looks like on a weekly chart, it looks like it's coming off of that bottom. Got rejected so far. Look for the previous high break. Looks like in and above 4. Use 4 as your emotional spot on the chart. Monthly's got that double bottom. Bullish retracement back into support on the monthly chart. Pretty slick. ABX. Looks like a reversal on the 5-day. Looks like it could come back in to support a little bit more, but you never know what's going to happen. Once it crosses, and then you gauge it. The quicker the move, I mean, we got support up here. We got previous high breaks. We got support already. But it is coming off of an overbought situation. Oops. But nonetheless, if it does want to break back into the previous pattern, breaking lines of breaking previous highs, just watch it come into support. But gauge that churn. When it crosses, gauge that pullback. If it's quick, watch out as the upward move is coming. If it's slowly and surely, then it might take a little bit longer, but it's still a bullish retracement. It looks healthy. Look at that monthly cross, came back into support, right on target. KGC, I'm looking for some bottoms. I think the bottom's in. Just we need some building. That monthly bottom here is a 1-bar bottom. V bottoms usually don't work. We need to gather our legs, get an opposing point, stuff like that. Again, it's coming off of a oversold situation. The bullish retracement looks like this one got rejected, but came into the 13 this time. On the 5-day on this one, it looks like an inverted hammer. As it came into resistance, came back in. And it looks like it closed just above previous lows. Magically enough, I'm going to take this as an inverted hammer. Bullish, watch out for prices to bounce. Momentum is up on the inverted hammers. Momentum is up. Hit resistance, came back into support, made a bottom, inverted hammer, closed above previous highs or previous lows, right? Stay above 3 at least. Breaks below 3, I mean, that's an emotional spot on the chart. Look for previous low breaks. Maybe it could take another leg. And actually on the 5-hour chart on this one, it's not above the 34 like the other ones. But it does have support sitting at 3. HL. Nickel mining. Now this is just barely closing below the 34 SMA, so watch out, as this one's not particularly ready yet. But you can see on the daily though, you can see the gap. There we got resistance. We got resistance. Nice Q. Came across the 8. Bullish retraced. It closed below the 8, but it might have been just a spike down or a painting the tape at the end of the day. But let's see. Yeah, if it holds support, looks like that U is going to come in. Look for another U across that 34 on the 5-hour chart. It doesn't look as good as I would like on the weekly. It looks like it needs to gather its legs quite a bit more. But we'll see. Need to close above the 34 on this one. Otherwise, I'm not ready yet. Looks like it just broke down. Newmont mining. Nice. Look at that daily. Look at that break across. Look how fast that U is. Nice. This one looks ready. Look for previous high breaks on this. Use previous highs as your support. Bam, bam. Look at that U. Pretty quick. You can see on this one it already broke down and it's been consolidating. Now we're above the EMA 8 on a weekly, which is where we always want to be. CLF, still coming back into support after its last run. But look at the monthly close on that. Nice inverted hammer right over the 34. Look for a 1-2 punch on CLF. And yeah, you know what? CLF is a monster. So that's why I like it. It is a monster. What a monster. This and JNUG, I mean, that's my favorite two movers. Came all the way back into the double top. Came back into support. Made a nice inverted hammer on the monthly chart. Look for previous high breaks. I mean, what do you got to say about that? That is one of those J curves, you know, like NAK. Bam. It's a mover. I wonder what it's going to do. Here's previous lows. We got resistance right there. Let's get this right. CLF for this next month. Oh, that looks great. Look for previous high breaks. Use this as your support. We're at support right now. Look for an opening up, bouncing off that double bottom or the double top here. We're at support. It could come back in a little bit more, but may need a little bit more work on the intraday charts. Let's get this all lined up. Let's use that line there. Anyways, it looks beautiful. Coming across that 34 on the monthly chart. Daily's a little broken down, so it could come down for the week, but just watch as support lines are coming in. Very nice. GG, same thing. Daily came across, coming back into support. Looks like we closed a higher low. Look for previous candle breaks on the upside. Got a lot of work to get through all the previous lows. Previous low, all the way up. Across the 8 on a weekly, closed above the 8 on a weekly. We got a cross here. Pretty nice. SLV. If it were me, I wouldn't buy any of these comics deals. They're way over leveraged and highly manipulated. But this one is coming across the 34 on a monthly, came all the way back into previous breaks. Seen that quite a bit. Pulled the rubber band way back. Not sure if the weekly's ready yet. Not much of a move into resistance last week. Not sure if this one's ready or not. But watch for the gap fill. You got a gap. Watch that gap fill. Breaking into previous highs. Previous lows. Did get a pop and then a retracement. So it looks like it's trying to get a little bit of legwork. Needs a lot more work though. SLW, silver wheaton. Cross above. Bullish retrace. Watch this U come in. See how strong it is, how fast in consolidation the consolidation's gonna be. Is it a quick U, or is it gonna stair step into support? It looks like these are all fast moving U consolidation moves across the 34. AG, something to watch. I think this is one of the best movers last bull market. Lots of crap going on here. Looks like we broke into the resistance of the gap and support line, but it came below and closed below. Looks like a consolidation right over the 34 instead of above. We'll see if this can hang 10. Just not sure if it's ready yet. You can see on the weekly chart, it didn't close above our 8. But we do have an oversold situation. That might have been painting the tape on the close, not sure, unless I see the raw data. But keep a close eye out on AG. I mean, one of the best movers last bull market. GFI, look at the cross, bullish retrace. Got a nice doji. See if this thing will open up. So continuing to look for that bottom, you can see the oversold situation on the weekly. We need to get above the 8. Look at that U on the short term. See if we can get that thing running. Previous high breaks on the monthly. See if we can get that thing back above in this area. HMY, Harmony Gold, oversold situation on the weekly. Weekly is my most important chart to look at when it comes to swing trades, but we want to confirm on the monthly. And intraday looks like a U again. 5-day looks like it got rejected off of the 8, so look for a move across that 8 on a monthly. The daily, same situation, moving across that 34 and hit that support on the close. We got previous lows as our support lines. Once that cross happens, EGO had a nice looks like that 34 bounced, came across that 8, then it ran, broke previous highs, had a flat top break, and we have a throwback into support. Let's see how that intraday chart scales. We got support at previous highs. See if that support holds. We got a 2-bar pattern on the monthly. That's looking good for a churn. The weekly looks like it crossed 13 and bullish retraced. Flat top break, bullish retraced, all the throwbacks. Held previous highs. Look for break into previous lows. Let's get this market running. Looks like we got support on EGO. And let's not cover this. This is the bear 3 times shares. If you want to short something, this is the one you want to watch, but let's not go over that. MUX looks like the pop, bullish retrace. Looks like a rejection here, but a pullback all the way to the 8. Let's see if we can get above previous lows. Oh, this thing's driving me crazy. There it goes. Monthly, we got a higher low. Intraday, we got a bullish retracement. Lots of churning going on. NGD. Looks like this one's not ready, but it did break into previous lows and held support. Bullish retraced, MGD, monthly, looks like it's coming into its own, coming off an oversold situation. BTG, nice cross, bullish retrace. Nice cross, bullish retrace. Monthly, broke across, bullish retrace. Monthly bullish retracement on this is in. Look for previous high breaks. This might be a runner. Pretty nice. Anything could happen, but we have support now on these bottoms. It broke into previous lows and held. I think I need to change my settings. That's why the stupid lines aren't going right. But I wanted a straight line, but it's snapping to the tops of the candles. Snapping. There we go. Let's get that out of here. So I got previous lows and a gap and run, bullish retrace. See if it'll hold support. Watch for the 1-2 punch on these. Not sure how things are going to turn out, but I'm bullish. NAK, I think I'm going to allow this to come down. We got an island top here, one by nice nasty doji, long-legged doji, closing the week. This might have to gather its legs for a little while. That's a pretty nasty one-bar reversal. XME, someone asked a question about XME. Looks like I'm not getting any data. Oh, there it comes. Again, like the comics, the SLV, GLD, the XME, same kind of situation. They have printed so many contracts. Not saying that this is not going to run with the rest of the bull market, but on a monthly, we closed inverted hammer over the 34, held previous highs, but you can see on the daily it's breaking down. Unless this does a 2-bar reversal, this next opening on Tuesday, then what I'm saying right now is it's bearish. We're below lines of support. Even on the intraday, we're below 8, 13, and 34, where everything else is moving across, doing that bullish move. This is breaking down. So I would be careful. Let's look on the longer term monthly chart and see where that support line is going to be. Previous. Sorry, I got a lot of distractions today. But, anywho's, XME, same with the comics, DLEOs, is probably highly over leveraged. And you can see on the intradays, it hasn't crossed over the 34 yet. The monthly has, so here's the deal. You got support in and around 25.25, which is the previous highs. You got a double top, crossing over the 34. Potential to come back into support is 25 to 27. I can see where you bought it from. You bought previous high breaks, right? And it came back into support. Now, anything could happen, but when it comes to the intraday charts, the daily chart, the intraday chart, the daily chart, and the 5-day chart, you can see that previous high coming in. You have support coming all the way down, but it's just not there yet. Anything could happen. It can just turn on a dime, and I could be wrong, but as far as I can tell right now, before tomorrow's open, you might have prices come back down into support. But this is a nice inverted hammer. It could open up, break previous highs, and I could be totally wrong. But what I'm saying is potential coming down into previous highs because of intraday charts. So there you go. That's my take on it. Still bullish on the monthly chart, right? Still way bullish on the monthly chart. Crossing over the 34. that inverted hammer over the 34. But potential, it broke down. Watch it come down into support. Take previous highs as your support. You can take previous lows too, but I like to take previous highs as my support lines on the way down and break into previous lows and using those previous lows as my support lines on the way up. So DV. This has been on a bullish tear for a little bit from the bottom, the V bottom that it came into. Right here. Crossed over the 34, now it's coming back in. You can see the cross on the intraday. So look for previous low breaks on Deutsche Bank. Yeah, the 1, 2, 3 step on the pullback and the pop. Look for it to come back 50% of the previous candle or previous lows or previous highs, blah, blah, blah. It's coming off of an oversold situation, so look for it to consolidate off of that V bottom. AU. Looks like it's coming off the bottom. Came across on the intraday, came across on the daily. Coming across on oversold. Watching previous high breaks on that. EXK, nice intraday pull. We've got an inverted hammer, closing above previous highs. Let's break into previous lows on this one. Maybe we can catch that 13 coming across and reject it. And price pop right across the 34 and the 13 all together now. You can see the bullish retracement double top. Bullish retracement, previous high break, double top, came all the way back into support, bounced. And let's move across previous lows, into previous lows. 420 is the mark. Breaking previous highs, breaking in the previous lows. Nice bullish retracement on the monthly. The bullish retracement is in on a monthly chart on this one. Goro, same thing. You can see that bullish retracement. Boom. Look for previous high breaks, break into previous lows. And let's get this market running. Nice hammer over the intraday. Nice 2-bar reversal. Back into support. This could be a 1-2 punch on a daily. Nice rejection on the 5-day, back into support. Let's keep going. CDE. And by the way, if you see a mining stock that I'm not watching, please let me know. I think I have most of them, but there might be some that I'm not taking care of. CDE, look for previous low breaks. I think it might need to consolidate some more. Look at that cross of the 34. It hasn't quite come into support levels yet. So CDE, not sure if it's ready yet. Nice nice double bottom on daily. Moved across, came back in. So I'm not sure if this is ready yet or not. It needs a little bit more work because the closing below the 34 average on the daily and intraday. And plus the bullish retracement's not quite in yet. It could hold here and churn if that's the case. Then this will turn around and we'll have a flat top break. Tahoe coming in off of a oversold situation. Again, on the daily, looks like the rejection on the 5-day, bullish retracement on the intraday. It's got to hold lines support right there in that gap. We got previous lines of support there. Let's see how this fares. Nice daily bullish retracement could come down for another couple days into support, allowing the 8 coming across. Price is going to come down, meet that 8.34 on the cross, and bounce. Make a splash. There's just the energy stock, but I'm looking for a flat top break on this. Flat top break on that bottom. Looks pretty nice for a run here shortly. Not ready yet, but look for that previous high break. PBG may need some more work, but might move with everything else. Got support lines there. Not sure about this one, except for the intraday bullish retracement and the intraday bullish retracement, but I'm not sure if that retracement's done yet. I guess, oops, let's do this differently. We've got previous lows here, so I guess it is at support. It's got to hold. Gotta hold. Looks pretty healthy so far. Looks like this one's coming off a bottom. V bottom. Look for opposing point somewhere. Hasn't come into resistance yet. PASS. Pan American Silver. Silver is going to be a monster this run. This one on the monthly chart might need some more consolidation, bullish retracement. Anything could happen. Look for previous high breaks always. PPP. Look how tight that 34 is coming down. Look how tight that is. The price is in a squeeze on this one. Go to A, B bottom. Look for some. It's gonna pop. That is very tight. Price is in a pinch. It's above support and right below resistance. This one looks primed for a pop. Look for a pop and then a bullish retracement. We got previous highs at, let's just call it $1. Looks like weekly's coming in. SSRI, same thing, same thing, same thing, blah, 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 same thing. Gotta pick your poison. If you want to get something that's not hedged, I think physical Sprott gold and physical Sprott silver are pretty good. You can see the pop made a double top, came back into support. Let's see if it'll hold the gap. Watch price come in as it's crossing. The 8 crosses the 34. Look for price to come in. The 8-day, you want to stay above the 8-day at all cost. And let's break into previous lows. There she is. TRQ. Looks like it popped across the 34, came in a little bit, could come in a little bit more, I think. The monthly crossed, bounced across. We got a double top to take out at 368. Watch for that. In G, same. Cross, bullish retrace. Cross, bullish retrace. Bullish retracement on this one doesn't look like it's, you can see that U. The faster that consolidation, the bigger the move. Look for the 1-2 punches on the daily charts on all these. That'd be nice to see, wouldn't it? The 1-2 punch. Looks like uranium's still consolidating over the 34 here. Uranium's still in play, but with all the fake news going on about the Russian hacking and all this crap, and the Washington Post comes out with their, oh yeah, they're hacking into the laptops of a power grid that's not connected to the power grid. It's just a bunch of crap. I'm not sure if uranium's going to move as much as I thought it would be, because war was on the horizon for such a long time. But we'll see. FSM. Looks like broke into previous lows. Hit that resistance of the next previous lows and retraced. Here's the break. Here's the retrace. Same. I like this one for the monthly breakout. Sand, you can see the reversal. On the daily. That's a reversal head and shoulders pattern. Look for the 1-2 punch, completing the right shoulder. Could come back down into support a little bit more. But you can see that U coming in, accumulation after the pop. USLV. This is 3 times long on silver. Something we should all be watching as it's pulled back all the way back into previous high breaks or previous breakout points, pattern break. Broke into resistance, came all the way back into support. Look for a break above the gap. Could be a nice push across that gap. Looks like 12 and above, double top, nice resistance on the gap. Has potential to get $1.50 out of it or so. GSS, Same, not the same. Looks like it needs a little bit more consolidation. You never know, but look for previous high breaks otherwise. GPL. Another silver. Nice break across the 34. Nice. Coming back into support. Held the line on that line there. So nice U. Didn't come back down. Look for previous high breaks. Maybe take a ride. But on the intraday, it needs to gather its legs. Look for support lines on previous highs. There you go. Buy into support, sell into resistance. TGD. TGD looks like a pop across. Came back all the way back into support. Look for previous high break, previous lows. Use those as your support lines on the way up. Coming off of an oversold situation again. Same. Break across into support. Break across into support. 5-day needs a lot of work. Look for previous high breaks on the monthly. Came all the way across the 34 on a monthly or weekly over here. Look for previous high breaks on the weekly. The monthly came across, bullish retraced all the way back in. Look for previous high breaks. I mean, easy. Pick your poison. GGDN. Pretty tight over here. Looks like a cross and a bullish retrace over here. Look for previous breaks into previous lows. This might be a nice little popper. This one is rejected by the 34. It's gathering its legs. Look for anything popping across again. Price is pretty tight here. It's in a pinch. UEC is still in play. Look for previous high breaks. I mean, could be a nice runner. But like I said, I don't know if uranium is going to be as big as I thought it was. But I like this chart. Previous high breaks. Closed at 112. Look for the double top break here. Monthly, it needs to cross at 34. Watch it cross the 34 and bullish retrace. This could be a bottom on the short term. It looks like it's pretty level-headed on. I don't even know what stock this is actually. But nice upwards trend line. Came back down into support. Maybe it's just gathering its legs on this one. But honestly, I don't even know if that's a built-in PLC sponsored ADR BHP. BBL is the stock. I'm not sure what that is. Another uranium. I really like this long-term chart on URRE. Look at that flat top break on the weekly. You can see the pop and the bullish retrace, and then the daily chart push. Came all the way back down into support. Look for previous high breaks. I mean, buy into support. Look for previous high breaks. The flat top breaks are coming in on this one. The long-term chart says, hell yeah. Momentum's building. You can see the pop, and then the stairs step, and then now it's kind of making that U on the short term. Look for anything to pop on this. It needs to pop over that EMA 8 on the monthly. Pretty nice. A little over an hour now. But same. Let's keep going. Here's marijuana. Nice pop on the intraday chart and the bullish retracement. Look for this to bullish retrace all the way and look for previous high breaks, as this looks like a runner. Not sure if these are going to go all the way back up to previous highs or make a lower high and make a pattern. Looking for an opposing point to make a pattern on this one. You can see the pop across on the daily coming back into support. 8's crossing on the upside. You see the monthly chart on this. It's a new issue. Not a lot of things to talk about except for it broke above previous highs. Right? Bullish retraced, popped, came back down, down, into previous lows, into previous highs. 50% rule. Held. And now it's bouncing on the upside. So keep an eye on this. I made money on this before. I'll probably do it again. Let's get things situated there. Look for previous high breaks on the weekly chart. Price is in a pinch on this thing. Broke, came in, now it's wanting to come across. Sorry, my weekly charts are not adding up. You can see the bullish retracement on the indicator too. Look for previous high breaks. Right there. Here's a new issue. Broke previous highs, popped, came back into support. Intraday chart broke, popped, came all the way back down in. Now it's breaking. Previous high breaks, breaking in the previous lows. Looks like it's churning. SA. Can't be for sure if this is done retracing yet or not, but because it got rejected, it didn't go across on the intraday. It has bullish retraced all the way back, and it is in an oversold, but might need to come down a little bit more. See what happens on that one. If in V. Same. Look at that inverted hammer over the 8 as it popped. But A, B, bottom, popped over the 8, came back into support. Best time to buy. And you can see the cross now on the oversold. Another cannabis. There's the good, and then we got an opposing point now. There we go. And there we go. Now we got a pattern. Now we got a pattern. Look for maybe some more consolidation, back and forth, and then watch for the next pop. Looks like an island bottom. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Intraday, bullish. AKG looks good. AXU looks like a nice hammer. And then an inverted hammer, little topsy-turvy things going on, coming off of an oversold situation. Looks like pop, bullish retracement. Let's keep going. It's a little solar. Here's the Sprott physical silver. We got a 2-bar dealio going on. Got rejected from previous lows. Take out that double top. Copper. Nice. I think this needs to consolidate. You got it coming off a monthly double top. Look at previous lows. Maybe come down into the bodies there. Let this thing come down. Buy into support. VGZ. Watching this one come out of that pattern. Boom, 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 boom. And it's coming off of oversold. So that is my inclination that that's the bottom. Trade outside that channel. ASM, another nice runner last time. You can see the bullish retracement. Wow. Expect something like this on NAK, on monthly chart. Very oversold. A nice hammer, broken the previous lows, got rejected on previous highs, kind of settled. It's making a pattern, trade outside of it. Could come down a little bit on the shorter term. TRX, watching this one. Made some money on this one last time. You can see the last time it broke the weekly chart, broke across, bullish retrace, flat top break, boom. Came down, came down, came down, 3 legs, and now it's turning. And we had high volume to close the week. Boom, bullish retraced into Friday. Nice. Good time to buy on this one. That's energy. Got some cannabis. Look for previous high breaks on the intraday. Nice. DNN. I remember I bought this one over here. Sold it. I've been waiting for this thing for a long time. But now it looks like we got a reversal. We got a double bottom. We got a pop. Looks like an intraday 5-hour chart needs a little bit of work, but it did close a hammer. Look for previous high breaks, previous high breaks, previous high breaks. This one doesn't move as well as I thought it would. And we are coming off of a overbought situation. Oversold. Man, I'm confused right now. Just making my way through all of it. That has a long trend line. It needs to be broken. Looks good. Nice island bottom. Got rejected so far. Broke across. Look for the double top right there to break. Might need to gather its legs a little bit more, but might be nice. Monthly 2-bar reversal. This one looks bullish. It might need to consolidate some. Here, we got previous highs. 5 is emotional. Let's see if it'll hold 5. If it does and churns, might be a nice pop. Needs to cover that gap there. DRD looks good. And as far as being overextended, you can see that these can stay overextended for long periods of times. That's why we wait for the crosses. Wait for the cross. And the cross back. Looks like we've got an island reversal. We've got 1 bar reversal. Needs to gather its legs a little bit more. Not sure if this is ready. Load. Been watching that. Looks like a bearish flag forming. Not sure about that. Monthly looks good though. Got to be a bottom somewhere. GLD, LF. I'm going to have to stick to the shorter term chart on this one. You can see the break and the step into support and the bounce. So look for previous high breaks. Let's see. I called a bullish run on this one. Looks like it did, but then came all the way back down to support. This thing's got no volume, but when it did, it doubled in price and came back all the way back in. So be careful on this one, but looks like a previous high break on a monthly chart. Breakout, flat top break at 30 or so. Nice inverted hammer on that break. Inverted hammer. Lithium. Looks like I got a double bottom here. High lows. Can't see much for the longer term because it's a newer issue. CANN. Look for the flat top break on cannabis here. Look for a flat top break on that cannabis there. Highlight gold. Look for previous high breaks on the intraday. Another uranium. Look at that monthly inverted hammer. Popped and came all the way back into support. Keep your eye on these uraniums. Three-bar pattern. SIVR might need to gather its leg just a little bit more. I'm not sure yet. Looks like a little tiny bottom breaking into previous lows. Silver bull, look at that hammer. Looks like the building across. Look at the pop into resistance, came back into support. Look at the flat top break coming in on this one. Something to watch coming across on the oversold. WRN, I called this one on that flat top break. Bam! Came all the way back. It may need to gather its legs a little bit more. It looks like a top. Look for support lines. EGI, watch this one. Boom. It's building. EGI is building. Price is in a pinch. It's trying to move outside that pattern. And that pattern's a long-term pattern. Got a bunch of whipsaws coming through. I guess we can say that the pattern has changed, I guess. But I guess that's a whipsaw now. Price is in a pinch, back and forth, pop. Intraday has popped, came back into support. I'm thinking bullish. I like that pattern. Long-term pattern breaks, good stuff. GIRWF. Might need to gather its legs a little bit more. LLXF. Looks like it's coming across on the intraday. We got a 2-bar pattern on the weekly, but I waited a lot longer than I should have for the breakout on this one. But we are coming, it came all the way back into support and bounced. And then now we have a doji hammer looking thing that has knocked out a bottom. So look for previous high breaks on this as the intraday looks to pop. Arizona mining, nice run, came back into support. Looks like it came back into support. Look for previous high breaks, but on the monthly we got a 2-bar pattern. It may need to come down quite a bit, but not without any kind of bouncings and back and forth action. I like this one too. Got a hammer, got an inverted hammer, popped, came into support, broke. It looks like we got a whipsaw here. Kind of collapsed at the end of the day there, but looks good for a run here shortly. I held this one too long as well. Coming into support now. Inverted hammer, popped and came back in. Look for intraday breakouts. Slowly but surely on that one. PZG, I'm not sure if I already did this one. I'm not sure if that's a flag pattern yet or not. Monthly, on the other hand, is 2-bar pattern. Look for previous high breaks. Looks like intraday is breaking a previous high with a downward trend line. Looks bullish, although that may be a flag pattern. I think I called this break, but it came all the way back in. Now it's ready to run again. Lithium. Nice long consolidation going in. Got a higher low. Let's watch for a turn. The monthly chart, pop. Consolidate, double bottom here, hit the other side of the pattern, got rejected and stopped out at support lines. Looks bullish on the long term. Look for a flat top break to confirm. We almost drew the list. I don't see anything very spectacular. I think that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hunter, an hour and 20 minutes. Got through the list. Lots of bottoms to play. I'm in JNUG. If I can get the wits about me and start managing my trades better. I've been up and down all year, never down below my initial, but nothing spectacular on the upside either. I've more than doubled it and then came back in on my profits. I suspect that if I did some money management, and I'm not sure if my psychology is right as well. I've been researching, trying to figure out. I'm trying to let go of the attachment to money. It's like going to Vegas and you don't give a crap. That's when you always win. But when you go to Vegas and you start gambling because you're desperate to pay rent, there's no way you're going to be able to pay rent because desperation has a bad stink. So I don't think I'm desperate, but my management skills for this next year is going to be fine-tuned. I have done it numerous times, getting to $500 and making 10 grand on numerous occasions, so I know I can do it. I'm just not doing it. I need to practice my discipline. I know where support and resistance is, and I just have to follow the rules, and that is about it, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon.